The National Petroleum Corporation of Namibia, NAMCOR, has started issuing directives to unvaccinated employees to provide weekly negative COVID-19 PCR test results, the cost of which will be carried by such employees or risk being sent home. Now, there are obviously many questions surrounding this current situation, and for us to make sense of the situation, I'm joined on the line by Dr. Michael Akuupa, a labor expert, to help us understand the matter. Very good afternoon to you, Doctor, and thank you so much for joining us.
Very good afternoon to you, Jonathan. Thanks for having us.
Given the fact that even the president of the country has, time and time again said that, look, the vaccination is a voluntary exercise, is this order by NAMCOR legal?
The president's directive is very clear, and in a sense, it creates a sense of liminality where nobody really knows what to do. So thus you get companies deciding to do things in a way, and that in a sense also infringes on the issue of health and safety at the workplace. For example, if NAMCOR wants to put things in place that enhances safety and wellness at the workplace, it must also be able to bear costs. It must not enable its officials or its personnel to cover such costs. And I think the regulation needs to be uniform, and it must be applied in the same way, and it must be applicable in the same way to all entities that are providing work.
And now there have been certain entities, especially private companies, that have been playing with the idea of saying, look, if you don't get vaccinated, you can't come to work. This action by NAMCOR, do you think it will somehow boost the confidence for some employers to actually now start implementing in the same way that NAMCOR has done it?
It may create a precedent, but then the trade unions should come in so that this issue can be dealt with in a proper manner. Because, as I said earlier, that there seems to be a sense of liminality, where no one knows whether you are going in the particular direction or a different one. So that's why it is very important that entities not really take measures to deal with the issue of COVID independently from the regulations that are in place. Now, mind you that the Ministry of Labor at the beginning of COVID has issued regulations on how to deal with these issues that pertains to management of COVID at the workplace. And I think in absence of any other legal directive that is in place, all entities should be able to follow such. In absence of that, it will continue to create spaces where companies will decide individually and unilaterally on how to deal with the issue of COVID-19. So as it is now, it is not correct because it's infringing on the rights of the workers who may choose to be vaccinated or not to be vaccinated for reasons that may be known to them, for them only. And I think what needs to be done really here is wider worker education for the importance of being vaccinated and not to take such steps that will actually end up not only disadvantaging the workers, but also the company in the long run.
Lastly, Dr. Akuupa, some companies have resorted to giving incentives to their employees in order for them to go for the vaccination. Do you think that is contributing to the high vaccination uptake? And is it an option that other employers could perhaps also explore in retaining their employees instead of giving them that choice of, look, if you don't get vaccinated, you can't come to work. If you do have to come to work, then you have to give a PCR negative COVID-19 test?
Thanks for that question. Jonas, the issue here is really just about creating awareness and educating not just the workers, but each and every citizen in order for them to understand the importance of being vaccinated. Those companies that are giving incentives, it's really a plus for them that their workers are being vaccinated so that they stay safe at the workplace. But for those that are not doing the same, they should, I think, follow what government is really propagating to share more information on the safety of the vaccination and then what results thereafter when everybody else is vaccinated, that then the cases become minimal and the economy really grows. But as it is, it still really remains unilateral for entities to really implement such measures that are negative to the workforce and also to the economy in the bigger scheme. So what is important really is for these incentives to be enhanced, if possible, but also to join government in creating this awareness on the importance of being vaccinated.
All right. Dr. Michael Akuupa, thank you so much for your time. Highly appreciated.
Thank you very much.
All right,
Thanks for having